Just a reminder before today's programme that the most recent episode of our podcast, AMTV Radio, is available to listen to on YouTube and Spotify, with our special guest, Council of Geeks. And now, here on AMTV, it's that time of the week again. Your questions answered in the Sunday Catch-Up. Hi there guys, it's Adam Martyn here, and welcome back to another instalment of the Sunday Catch-Up, episode 85. Now before we get into it, as you can see, I've got my hat on and I've got my big glasses on, no contacts today. It's just one of those lazy Sundays. I'm actually recording this on a Sunday for the first time in forever, so if I look a bit funny, if you can't really see my eyes because of the light, I do apologise, but you know what, I need to give myself a break. So yeah, that's why I'm looking like this. And any main news? Well, I mean, thank you for those who watched the Ident Review Extra mega compilation, which is over 4 hours long, and you can check it out here on the channel. With Video Scaries, the script has been recorded, and I will do the editing process over the next 2 weeks to get it to you in time for Halloween. Aside from that, things are running pretty much as normal. So with that, let's get into your questions. Now we do have Patreon questions, and of course they get answered first, so this time it is from Joseph Adams, and here are your 5 questions. Has your parents affected your music taste? It seems to happen for most people. I'd say to an extent, yeah. I know, I think more my dad in particular, although both my parents enjoy like Annie Lennox, I got into her through them. Enya, I love Enya's music, and I think that's from my dad. So yeah, they definitely do. Do you like Red Dwarf? If so, do you enjoy the continuation on Dave? I've never watched Red Dwarf, I have to admit. I know it's important for the show that it is and what it's achieved, but I do need to watch Red Dwarf, actually. Opinions on Rishi Sunak's recent comments about people in the arts world. The less said about it, the better. Basically, for anyone who doesn't know, us in the arts are being treated as if we don't mean anything in this country, which is a great shame. And we're being asked to retrain, and we're not going to do that. Have you watched and do you enjoy Spitting Image? I'm debating on getting the BritBox for the new one, yeah. And do you have BritBox? And if you do, have you watched the new Spitting Image? Oh, okay, so was your previous question about the original? If so, I have seen clips of the original Spitting Image. I've not watched it all the way through. But I do want to watch it because I've got a fairly good grasp of the history of what was going on at the time, so I feel I'll enjoy the original. But yes, I have to decide whether I'm going to upgrade. So that was the Patreon questions for the week, and now we will move on to YouTube comments. Comment number 1 from DJF Vlogs. Do you prefer Now 100 Hits 80s or Now 100 Hits 80s number 1s? After reviewing it, probably the number 1s has a greater selection, but I mean 80s it's not just going to be number 1 stuff, is it? It'll be a bigger mix. Favourite ITV ident? Out of just ITV, I mean the 89 one's a classic, isn't it? But I remember the 98 one the most because that's what I grew up with. And will you review Now 100 Hits Decades 2010s and Now 100 Hits Christmas 2020 edition? Yes, with all the new Now releases that are coming over the next few weeks, I do plan to review them all. My plan is to get a review out to you all on the day of release, like I'll go and pick them up the day they come out, which is going to be Fridays. So yeah, just keep your eyes peeled for those. Comment 2 from Doctor Who fan. Favourite Sarah Jane adventure story? I did enjoy Death of the Doctor and the Wedding of Sarah Jane. Those are the ones that featured doctors in them. They're probably some of my favourites. Thoughts on Warriors of the Deep? Warriors of the Deep is a fun story. It's maybe not the most technically competent, but it's a very entertaining story, you can't deny. And favourite Doctor Who Christmas special? Ooh, favourite Christmas special. That is a toughie. I recently rewatched Husbands of River Song with Capaldi. I thought that was brilliant. That's a high contender, but I do love Twice Upon a Time as well. Comment 3 from Max Jackson. The Herbs or Shaun the Sheep? Well, I don't know what the Herbs are, but I do know what Shaun the Sheep is, so I'm going to say Shaun the Sheep. Paddington Bear or Winnie the Pooh? I'm going to say Winnie the Pooh. I had a great affiliation with Winnie the Pooh growing up. And favourite season of the Clone Wars 2008 series? Well, I haven't watched all of them, so I can't really make that judgment call. I do want to, though. Comment 4 from Jeff Davies. Thoughts on Wheezy the Penguin from Toy Story 2? I mean, yeah, interesting character. He's sort of the catalyst for the whole film setting off. Yeah, that's it, really. What are your thoughts on Joe Swanson film Family Guy? As in, the character? As that's the guy in the wheelchair. I mean, yeah, the guy who voices him, Patrick something, I can't remember his surname, but he's a brilliant voice actor. And do you like Quavers crisps? Yes, I do. Quavers are nice. Like Quavers. They're not bad. They're underrated, man. Comment 5 from VHS Artifacts. Would you ever do update or sequels to your vids, such as close down compilations or technical faults? I definitely could. I just think looking back on them, whilst those videos were fun to compile together, they're relatively low effort from my part. Like, I don't really give, you know, a direct input or anything like that. It is just a compilation, and I want to try and stray away from that sort of content, but I definitely wouldn't rule it out. And favourite lessons in school? Well, I mean, drama was the big one, so I wanted to become an actor, but history. I loved history. And English language as well, like creative writing, all that sort of stuff. I adored that. Comment 6 from V of Doom 1994. Have you Sega consoles? I own a Sega Mega Drive. I'd love to own a Sega Master System. I've actually been after a Master System for quite a long time, just not got around to owning one. But yeah, that's the only Sega console I own at the minute, unfortunately. And what's the worst ident you've watched? I think I've said it before, but probably like the Sony channel ones that we did an ident review of some time back. They were just really bland and boring. And favourite game? I mean, Sonic Heroes. Sonic Heroes is the best game of all time. I don't know what you're talking about. Comment 7 from Scented Candles 123. Was you ever a big Transport fan? A Transport fan? How do you mean? What do you mean by Transport fan? And do you have BritBox? Well, no, I didn't. I haven't got it in the end. I'm still tempted by one of my best mates actually got it just for Spitting Image, and he says most of it is pretty on the ball. So I do need to maybe do the free trial. And at the time of recording, what's the weather where you are? At the time of recording, it is, just looking out the window, bit gloomy. Hasn't rained yet, but probably will rain. Comment number 8. Have you, from Chestnut Bloke, having seen the new Channel 5 idents, do you think the one show title sequence would make a good BBC One ident? If you link me the new Channel 5 idents, thank you, I'll check those out. The one show graphic, I mean, you could make that as a BBC One ident. I'd lose the music though. I've always found the music of the one show to be a bit gaudy, if that's the right word. Comment number 9 from FP YouTube. Favourite CBBC presenter? I mean, I've got to go with the ones I grew up with. Andrew, what was his name? Something Smith. Andrew Smith. Andrew something Smith. Oh, it's annoying me. He was in Doctor Who. He played Jake in 2 episodes. Angelica Bell. She was in Barney. I can't remember his surname. He was good too. And favourite restaurant chain? Ooh, restaurant chain. I don't really have one. I've enjoyed a lot of restaurants, various chains as well, but no, I don't have a preference. Comment 10 from Lindsay Thomas. Which book, The Day of the Triffids or The War of the Worlds? Well, I've not read either, but in terms of the stories that I know, I'm going to say War of the Worlds. And do you like Penguin books? From the ones I've read, yeah, they're pretty decent. And did you know my book, A Study of Elsewhere, might be coming out soon? I think you mentioned that before, and again, that's great. I'm glad you're having a book published. Comment 11 from Junior Animate. What do you think about Bond 25 being delayed again? Well, it is a shame, but I mean, they're wanting more money. It's a shame for the cinemas. It's had a real bad knock-on effect in cinemas, especially here in the UK. But I mean, there's nothing we can do about it, sadly. And Never Say Never Again or The Spy Who Loved Me. Oh, The Spy Who Loved Me. No, Never Say Never Again. Let's never watch that film again. And GoldenEye or Thunderball. GoldenEye. I've always found Thunderball a little bit dull. I know some people don't, but yeah, I've just never really gotten into Thunderball. Comment 12 from Mo Jammer. What is your opinions on these 3 films? Gone with the Wind, Cool Hand Luke, and Goodfellas. Well, unfortunately, Mo, I have not seen any of them, which is really bad. I do own Gone with the Wind, I just haven't seen it yet. I think I own Goodfellas and just haven't seen it. But I don't own Cool Hand Luke, but I've heard a lot about it. Comment 13 from Media Lover. Have you played Super Mario 64? If so, were you ever scared of the eel in Jolly Roger Bay? The eel is quite scary as like its 3D model. I know exactly what you mean. I mean, the first time I played Mario 64 was when I was about 13, 14, so I think I was past that. But if I'd have played it when I was a kid, definitely probably would have found it scary. BBC Choice or BBC Three? Well, BBC Three, definitely. And have you seen The IT Crowd? I actually haven't. That's one of the shows I haven't watched. But again, I've heard so many good things about The IT Crowd and people keep recommending it, so I need to add it to my ever-ending list. Comment 14 from Chat Chat. If you could host any game but Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, what would it be and why? I mean, I'd like to give The Weakest Link a good crack, and maybe 1 vs 100, the one that Dermot O'Leary hosted about 14, 15 years ago. Those sort of things. Comment 15 from Flower. Do you like Amazon or Apple? Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, Apple, I enjoy their computers. I don't exactly enjoy their phones or their pricing of their phones. However, Amazon has its uses, although Jeff Bezos needs to actually, use his money and help other people because he's got enough of it. Opinion on Wallace and Gromit. I love Wallace and Gromit, man. Wallace and Gromit is like just, quite frankly, the best thing ever, isn't it? And do you like McDonald's? Yes, I do. McDonald's is very nice. I wouldn't have it all the time. Don't have McDonald's all the time. It's not good. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. It's not healthy for you. Comment 16 from the Camster. The TR-808 and TR-909 are drum machines. Oh, well, I'm not a dance guy, so I wouldn't know. The Power or Rhythm is a Dancer, all by Snap. Well, I'm going to say Rhythm is a Dancer because it's my theme song. And is it going to be British or American YouTubers or both on AMTV Radio? I mean, I'd like it to be a mix, to be honest. I'd like to do a whole bunch of different things with it. You know, I'd like to have Americans, English people. I've had Australians, Canadians. I'd like to have all kinds of people on it. Where you live doesn't really make a difference to me. Let's put it like that. Comment 17 from Philip Hawkins. Have you seen the 90s BBC show Bugs? It's a kind of spy sci-fi show. I haven't, Philip. No. I'm trying to think if I've heard of it. I might have heard of the name, but I don't remember it. If you think it's worth a watch, I'll definitely check it out because I'm always looking for new, cool, old TV to watch. Comment 18 from Dr. Floyd. When do you think the collection season 20 box set will be announced? What, Peter Davison's second season? Well, who knows? I mean, we don't know that's the next collection set, or do we? I can't remember. But I'm hoping there'll be one announced, maybe not released, but announced before the end of 2020. They have recently started filming again, but, you know, who knows? And have you seen Red Dragon? If not, it's awesome. Go watch it. I haven't seen Red Dragon, so I'll have to add that to the list. And have you seen The Mandalorian on Disney+? That is one thing I have watched. Yes, I really loved the first season of The Mandalorian. It takes a bit of time to get going, but once it does, brilliant. Can't wait for season 2. I think it drops at the end of this month, actually, so very excited for that. Comment 19 from Craft CX Music and Gaming. Favourite teacher in primary school? A lot of my teachers I loved in primary school, to be honest. That is a tough one. I mean, honestly, I can't pick. They were so brilliant. I mean, the head teacher in particular was a really great guy. He always knew how to be firm but fair, and he never shouted. And I don't like head teachers shouting. It's a waste of time. Favourite school memory? There are too many to choose from. I loved my time at school for the most part. I mean, I used to love the school discos in primary school. They were always a good bit of fun. And favourite band? I mean, it's probably the Pet Shop Boys, because, I mean, you can class them as a band, but yeah, probably those guys. Comment 20 from Alfie Mulcahy. I know we've done this before, Alfie, I'm so sorry. Have you watched Bob the Fisher's ITV in the Face series? If not, I highly recommend. I've had it recommended to me before, and I'll definitely check it out and watch it, yeah. Comment 21 from Frosty Cola 42. Ever played Hitman? No. PS2 or Xbox? PS2. And played Crysis? No, I've never played Crysis. Is it worth it? Comment 22 from KGS. Do you know of Rory the Racing Car? I know of it, mainly that theme song. I've never watched it myself, but I know what it is. And what would happen if Dee Dee Pickles divorced Stu in Rugrats? You've left me a link there. Is that what happens? I mean, that would be a bit harsh for a kid's show, but then I guess it would teach kids about divorce. And what if the Rugrat characters met the Simpsons in Springfield? I don't know how that would work, and they're two very different shows, but I mean, I'm sure hilarity would ensue. Comment 23 from the classic Doctor Who Years fan. What are your thoughts on the new Doctor Who Time Lord Victorious Blu-ray? An absolute waste of time, probably. For anyone who doesn't know, this ongoing Time Lord Victorious thing, they've basically compiled 7, I think it is, stories of Who, put it on a Blu-ray. It's really daft. I think it's really daft. Comment 24 from Joseph Adam. Can you do Little Mix review about The Search? I've not seen The Search, so I must admit I'm going to have to pass on doing that, but definitely let me know if it is any good. Do you know about Doctor Who Blu-rays coming out soon with the Best Adventures? Best Adventures, that's subjective. If that's the Time Lord Victorious one you're talking about, that is. And do you know you got the Network DVD haul? Oh, Network, yeah, they put out some great DVD releases. It's a bit expensive sometimes, but very good nonetheless. Comment 25 from Hazel. 500 divided by 10. Well, that's 50. Hello there. Hello there. And can you do a Sunday catch-up at 6 PM, not 8 o'clock? Well, hopefully this one came out at 6 PM. I am recording it on the day. But yeah, everything should be 6 PM from now on. Comment 26 from Susan Plays Roblox Weekly. Film 4 or Sky Movies? Probably Film 4, to be honest. And do you think that Go Animate Network should replace Disney XD, Disney Channel and Disney Junior on Sky and Virgin? No, absolutely not. And YouTube or Dailymotion? YouTube, absolutely. Comment 27, some maths now from Jen's wifey. 56 times 4. Well, that will be 224, I think. 90 times 2 is 180, and 34 times 2 is 68. Comment 28 from Rosie Anderson. Love or hate? Love. Pizza or chips? Pizza. Absolutely pizza. Comment29 from Cooking at Nance. Have you ever made a stir fry? Yes, I have made a stir fry before. Probably not the best in the world, but I'm pretty competent at that. And do you cook? I cook from time to time. I'm living at the family home at the minute, but yeah, I know how to cook some basic things. And comment 30 from Diana P. Do you like EastEnders Greatest Exits? I don't like EastEnders, so I don't like Greatest Exits by default. Bob's Burgers or BK? I don't know. Do you mean Burger King? I'm just going to say Bob's Burgers. And did you know that there will be a Burger King in Oldbury Green Retail Park? Well, I have no idea where that is. Probably Oldbury Green. But yeah, fantastic. Great. More fattiness for the nation. Wonderful. And those are all your questions for the week. Thank you very much for asking them. As always, if you have something to ask me, leave it in the comments below, and the first 30 comments with questions will be answered in next week's Sunday Catch-Up. Until then, thank you very much for supporting the channel. Leave a like on this video, leave your questions down below. Really exciting things coming. There's a special video tomorrow. Those who enjoyed the Doctor Who VHS haul, we're delving into Big Finish tomorrow, so get ready for that. But yeah, lots of exciting content coming. Please keep supporting the channel as you do. We're racing through 11,000 subscribers, which is wonderful. Subscribe to the channel if you are brand new. And until the next one, I will see you guys next time. A massive thank you to our producer and director patrons for your support towards us here at AMTV. You just help keep us going, and that's massively appreciated. And that does bring us to the end of another evening here on AMTV. We hope you enjoyed the programme, and we hope to see you next time. Good night.